Today we have info on Bigfoot warnings in Pennsylvania, Tall Betsy appearing in Cleveland, International Artist Day, and so much more.
We have today's weather forecast with Lily Fowler and a sports update with Sari Hughes.
Today is Wednesday, October 26, 2022.
We are live from Studio H12 in the Shroyer Broadcasting Center at Bradley Central High School, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Welcome back. I'm Amber Filyaw.
And I'm Ian Reardon, and these are your top stories for today.
Prices are rising and a recession could be looming. Polls show that's the biggest concern among voters, but that's not the case for many bankers. A new report indicates consumer confidence is the lowest it's been since July, and the conference board says inflation is the main reason for that drop. Higher prices are forcing some people to curb their spending. If enough Americans do that, financial experts say the whole economy could slow down. Plenty of people who run the nation's financial sector think that too, but some top bankers and investors say they're more worried about geopolitics and international war.
Universal Beijing Resort announced on Wednesday that its theme park, its City Walk shopping zone, and 2 hotels will be temporarily closed. The company made the announcement on social media platform Weibo, saying that the decision was made, quote, due to the needs of epidemic prevention and control, end quote. Though it did not say when exactly the park would reopen again, the news comes amid a reported rise in COVID-19 cases recently. The Chinese capital recorded 20 local cases on Wednesday, according to authorities, a slight uptick from the 18 that were reported on Tuesday.
The Des Moines Police Department had alerted community members Thursday of a cougar spotted in surveillance footage from the city's east side. The department shared a clip of the supposed mountain lion on Facebook. They confirmed that they were investigating the report with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources, warning residents to not approach the animal to call 911 if they spotted it. Des Moines Police and the Iowa Department of Natural Resources, however, corrected themselves later that same day when they said the animal in question was indeed a house cat.
Park officials in Pennsylvania say they don't know who's posting signs warning of Bigfoot activity in the area, but it is not them. They also threw cold water on the notion that Sasquatch might be making a home in the Keystone State, or anywhere else for that matter. The signs state that there have been encounters in the area and call on visitors to, quote, observe elevated park etiquette, be cautious of your surroundings, and to keep the location of any small children/pets within a tighter scope of awareness, end quote.
The Seattle Seahawks are doing their part to help kids stay warm this winter. The NFL team took its A-game to Seattle's Beverly Park Elementary School, delivering shoes, coats, gloves, and hats to needy kids. They also gave out books, snacks, and supplies. The visit included Seahawks dancers as well as Blitz the mascot. It was truly a team effort. The Seahawks joined forces with Amazon and the national nonprofit Operation Warm for the initiative. The school's principal emphasized how important this is for the kids there. She also noted it was the first all-school assembly since the COVID-19 shutdowns. Upwards of 400 Beverly Park Elementary students received important items for winter.
Police are looking for a man accused of attacking drive-thru workers in Georgia. The incident was caught on surveillance video. The suspect is seen reaching through the window and throwing several objects. He's also seen picking up 3 dispensers of tea, dumping them onto the floor and the workers. Police didn't identify the fast food restaurant where the incident took place, but some in the community believe it was a McDonald's.
Top Tennessee Republicans are vowing they'll push to enact some of the strictest anti-transgender policies in the United States. The rally comes nearly a month after video resurfaced of a doctor at Vanderbilt University Medical Center stating that gender-affirming procedures are, quote, huge moneymakers for hospitals. Another staffer was shown saying anyone with a religious objection should quit. Tennessee has gained attention over the years for introducing and enacting the most anti-LGBTQ legislation.
A trial to determine whether Georgia can continue to ban abortion as early as 6 weeks into a pregnancy is set to begin in an Atlanta courtroom. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Robert McBurney has scheduled 2 days of testimony starting Monday in a lawsuit that seeks to strike down the law. The state attorney general's office responded in a court filing that Georgia's privacy protections do not extend to abortions because it impacts another human life.
And now let's check on our weather. Lily, what can you tell us?
It's cloudy out today, so stay tuned for the forecast right after this break.
That sounds awful. Seriously, awful. But a lot better than last week.
We weren't born to follow.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthar, General Manager of Cleveland Ford, and together,
We are Cleveland Ford.
Welcome back. I'm Lily Fowler with your weather, and here's your weather at a glance for today. It is currently 50 degrees with a high of 60 and a low of 45 with precipitation of 4%. Wind will be at 5 miles per hour with a humidity of 92%, a dew point at 48 degrees, and a pressure of 29 inches. Visibility will be at 10 miles with a UV index of 0. Weeks of devastating flooding are taking a heavy toll on Nigeria, killing hundreds and displacing more than 1 million people. Now somewhere the worst is yet to come. A community still submerged nearly a month after the flooding began with no end in sight. Boats have become the only way to get around in southern Nigeria. The streets have turned into rivers, driving entire communities away from their homes. The water is still waist high. Now let's take a look at our national radar. There will be rain in the Canada border and some in the west. And here is your local radar. There will be clear skies all throughout. And now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. On Wednesday, it will be cloudy with a high of 61 and a low of 45. On Thursday, it will be sunny with a high of 70 and a low of 44. On Friday, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 73 and a low of 42. On Saturday, it will be cloudy with a high of 71 and a low of 51. On Sunday, it will be rainy with a high of 65 and a low of 52. On Monday, there will be showers with a high of 70 and a low of 48. On Tuesday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 71 and a low of 43. That is all I have for your weather. Here is Sawyer with your sports report.
Today we have a recap of a battle of undefeated ACC teams, major Big Ten action, and more right at this break.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland. I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
We are Cleveland Ford.
At Whirlpool, we don't know how leaving the house less can make you need to eat more, or why the inside of the fridge is just so interesting. But we do know how to make appliances you can trust, day after day, after day, after day.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's comfortable in pursuit of my dream.
To join with others, find my voice, and change the world.
I was told that place didn't exist.
Then I found Lee.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You're the one who misrepresented the facts.
Are you kidding?
Your proposal's ludicrous.
My proposal will go exactly the way I say it will.
My dead body.
I think somebody needs a timeout.
Oh, that's the power of one.
Civility. Pass it on.
One grain of sand can turn the
Welcome back. I'm Zara Hughes with your sports. Number 5 Clemson overcame 4 turnovers and a quarterback change to survive an upset bid from number 14 Syracuse and a 27-21 comeback that was more than just an addition to the win column for the Tigers. The victory marked Clemson's 38th straight victory in Death Valley, breaking the record for the longest home winning streak in ACC history, previously held by Bobby Bowen's Florida State program in a run from 1995 to 2001. On Saturday afternoon, the Boston College Eagles traveled down to Winston-Salem to battle the number 13 Wake Forest Demon Deacons at 3:30 p.m. on the ACC network. Boston College comes into the game sporting a 1-3 ACC record and 2-4 record overall. Most recently, they got blown out against number 5 Clemson on their home turf before resting up last weekend with the bye week. It's been a disappointing season for the Eagles, and their aspirations for a bowl game are shrinking down to almost nothing. Wake Forest, meanwhile, has been red hot to start the year. They come into this game with a 5-1 record overall, their only loss being a two overtime thriller to number 5 Clemson. Veteran Penn State quarterback Sean Clifford threw 4 touchdown passes in his 40th career start. Penn State's defense forced 7 punts, and the number 16 Nittany Lions beat Minnesota 45-17 on Saturday night. Clifford threw darts over the middle tight ends Tyler Warren and Theo Johnson and on back-to-back possessions in the second quarter to put playoff contending Penn State up for good. The road was on when he lofted a deep ball to Parker Washington for a 35-yard score on Penn State's first possession of the second half. Wisconsin quarterback Graham Mertz threw for 2 touchdowns. Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen rushed for 113 yards and a score, and Wisconsin defeated Purdue 35-24 on Saturday. John Torchio had 2 interceptions, including a 31-yard return for a touchdown for the Badgers, who rebounded from a 34-28 double overtime loss at Michigan State last week. Allen surpassed 100 yards for the 5th time this season. Mertz went 13 of 21 for 203 yards with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions for the Badgers, who have won 16 straight games against Purdue. That's all I have for sports. Stay tuned for more news right after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Thank you.
Kindness. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford, and together,
We are Cleveland Ford.
Hey guys, this is Austin with Let's Bounce Rental. We're here to provide a quality inflatable for a great price. We have over 17 that's available, and we are easy to book and hassle-free, so you will never go wrong with getting a party done by Let's Bounce Rental. We are always here to drive a great service.
Our crew is dedicated to make sure your equipment arrives on time, set up properly, and without any hassle. Our job is to make sure you have access to the best inflatables so you can have the most fun possible at any event. Whether it's a school event, church gathering, or birthday party, we have the equipment for you. The best part is that we are a locally owned company. We pride ourselves on making sure our customers are taken care of. So the next event you have, plan for success with Let's Bounce Rental. Call us today at 423-435-4311 or reach us by email or website. Thank you.
Welcome back. The oldest serving legislator in Tennessee Democrat State Representative Barbara Cooper has died, state Democrats announced Wednesday. Cooper represented Memphis in the Tennessee House of Representatives since 1996. She was running for re-election to represent District 86. She was also the second oldest legislator in the country. She was 96 years old. Cooper was a retired Memphis City Schools teacher and was a proud member of the organizations such as NAACP, the Tennessee Black Caucus of State Legislators, the National Council of Negro Women, and many more.
Tennessee student performance in math and reading fell during the COVID years, in line with troubling national testing figures showing precipitous pandemic-era declines. The drops came despite interventions designed to blunt the pandemic's impact on Tennessee students. Quote, 2019 told us how we were doing going into the pandemic, end quote. Tennessee Education Commissioner Penny Schwen told the Tennessean, quote, 2022 told us how much the pandemic impacted our students, especially our black students in the state, and then 2024 and 2026 are going to tell us how effective our recovery efforts and interventions have been, end quote. Test scores known as the nation's report card released on Monday show the largest math declines ever recorded for 4th and 8th graders nationally, Axios' Noah Bresner.
The Biden administration is trying to make the trek to school a little less harmful to the environment. On Wednesday, Vice President Kamala Harris will announce rebate awards for school districts that buy new school buses, which are mostly electric. The White House says the Environmental Protection Agency's Clean School Bus program is delivering nearly 2,500 electric and low-emission vehicles to districts nationwide. This will be the first time electric buses will be among the transportation fleets in 12 states, including South Dakota, Kentucky, and Ohio.
A severe drought in the South is hampering efforts to ship products on the Mississippi River. A new report shows the coast to ship soybeans is up a staggering 300% since July. The dry conditions make it harder for barges to move on the waterway. They have to travel more slowly and carry less goods because the river is more shallow and narrow. Some say the drought could not have come at a worse time since it is peak harvest season and farmers are trying to sell their crops. Authorities say this is the worst drought to hit the South since the late 1980s.
Charles Van Morgan, a gubernatorial candidate, was arrested by Chattanooga police at the Hamilton County Elections Commission on Monday after reports of him harassing voters came into the department while Van Morgan claimed he was early campaigning. Just before noon, Chattanooga police responded to a call about a man who was, quote, getting in people's faces, end quote, at Election Commission office at 700 River Terminal Road, according to a sworn affidavit by an officer seeking Van Morgan's arrest. According to the affidavit, Van Morgan was allegedly screaming about politics, cursing and getting in people's faces and harassing the voters.
The Chattanooga Community Kitchen was recently renamed. Now known as the Chat Foundation, the organization continues to face spiking demand from the city's ever-growing homeless population. They say the Chat in the new name stands for Center for Homeless Advancement for Today and Tomorrow. According to CEO Baron King in an interview Tuesday, quote, "We felt that since our services have expanded and our goal is to become kind of a regional leader in solving the homeless crisis, that we need a name that more accurately describes the breadth and depth of what we do," end quote.
A man vacationing in a rental cabin in Gatlinburg walked into the kitchen to find a large black bear, according to NBC Knoxville affiliate WBIR. The bear apparently entered the cabin in the middle of the night, according to the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. The TWRA says the bear came in through locked but not deadbolted French doors. The bear apparently charged at the man and swatted him with her claws, causing serious injuries to the man's face and top of his head. The bear, a 2 to 3-year-old, 209-pound female with no cubs, was later trapped and euthanized early Sunday afternoon.
Hamilton County School Board member Gary Kuhn was arrested over the weekend on an outstanding warrant. Quote, "Over 5 years ago, I went to the doctor's office for a shot. I was partially disrobed while receiving the shot from a nurse. After receiving the shot, to compensate for my embarrassment, I made light of this embarrassing situation with a comment the nurse found to be offensive. I tried to apologize for offending her, but she walked out of the office. I was deeply sorry for my actions. I truly did not know I had an outstanding warrant of over 5 years, and once known, I complied with the police directives. On advice from counsel, I have no further comments," end quote.
Tall Betsy will appear on Halloween night in Cleveland, Tennessee for the 26th time in 42 years. The infamous witch has been a tradition for generations of Clevelanders. The details of Tall Betsy's appearances each Halloween are in the hands of her creator, local businessman Alan Jones. Tall Betsy has roots in the Jones family history from over a century ago. And she was real, according to Jones. His grandmother told him the story of a really tall lady that walked the streets of downtown Cleveland in the 1920s. Usually the appearances happen about the same time of each night. You can see Tall Betsy recite her poem for yourself on Halloween night on Centenary Avenue.
Wednesday is National Pumpkin Day. The iconic pumpkin is a fall favorite. It's at the center of holiday decorations, recipes, festivals, and more, taking over everything from coffee, Hello Pumpkin Spice lattes, to baked goods and like cakes and cookies, and even unlikely favorites like pasta and oatmeal. And they're good for you too. Pumpkins are packed with nutrients, which could not only help boost your immune system and fight off nasty colds, but some veterinarians say that they can treat ailments in your pets too. The squash is native to North America. The seeds date back to pumpkin-related seeds found in Mexico between 7,000 and 5,500 BC.
We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
You'll also find more online at our website, bchs.tv.
Please remind your friends to like, subscribe, and share on our YouTube channel, BCHS Fair Network.
That is all we have for you today from Studio H12 and the Shroyer Broadcasting Center at Bradley Central High School.
From all of us at Vox News, thank you for watching.
We hope you have a splendid day.
And as always, God bless and go Bears.